First night romance. I was afraid, but he touched me gently. My name is Anna, and this is the story of my first night. It was not just the first night of my marriage. It was the first night of knowing what real love feels like. But before that love, there was fear, confusion, heat, and a lot of emotion I never expected. I want to share the truth behind that night, not just the sweet parts, but also the hidden feelings every girl experiences. The wedding was loud, colorful, full of smiles, but inside me, I was dying quietly. Everyone hugged me, gave me gifts, and said, "Tonight is special, Anna. Be ready for your husband. Be ready." How does a girl be ready for something she's never done? I was just 18, shy, sensitive, and untouched. I had never kissed a boy, never even held a man's hand. That night, my body was covered in red and gold, but inside, I felt cold, afraid, and very small. The room smelled of roses and vanilla. Soft yellow lights filled the walls. There were petals on the bed, white curtains dancing in the air. I was alone, sitting on the bed like a statue. My hands were sweating. My legs were shaking under the heavy bridal dress. I wanted to run away. Suddenly the door opened. He walked in. My husband, Ayan. He looked tired, but when his eyes met mine, they softened. He came slowly, not like a lion, but like a whisper. So many thoughts came rushing in. Will he touch me right now? Will it hurt? What if he forces me? What if I cry? Will he think I'm stupid if I say no? Am I supposed to just lie down and let it happen? I was afraid, not of him, but of the unknown. No one talks about the first night. No one tells you what a girl really feels. He sat beside me and said, "Anna, look at me." I looked up and he smiled. "You don't need to be afraid of me. We are married, yes, but tonight is not about rules. It's about trust." His voice wasn't hot. It was warm. He didn't sound like a husband. He sounded like a friend. I wanted to cry, because in that moment, he saw my fear and didn't laugh at it. He held my hand, just softly. No force, no pull. "I will only do what you allow," he whispered. "I want you to feel safe." That one touch sent electricity through my skin. My lips parted slightly. I wasn't ready, but I wasn't running anymore either. His thumb moved slowly on my palm. He didn't even kiss me, but my heart was already racing. After some time, he leaned closer. "Can I kiss you?" he asked. That question made me weak. No man had ever asked me before doing anything. I nodded. He kissed my forehead first, then my cheeks, then... He stopped and waited, like asking permission with his eyes. I closed my eyes and leaned in. Our first kiss. It wasn't wild. It was slow, searching, sweet. But behind that softness, I felt something hot. A storm waiting to rise. His lips moved down my neck. My body shivered. His hand slowly found my waist. I didn't stop him. In fact, I moved closer. The fear was there, but so was something else. A fire I didn't know I had inside me. I wanted to be touched, but only by him. He kissed me again, deeper this time. My fingers gripped his shirt. His breath on my ear made my body tremble. Was this what they called romance? Suddenly I pulled away. I covered my face and whispered, "I'm sorry. I'm just scared." Tears fell. I hated myself for crying. I felt like I had failed him. But he pulled Mal into his arms and said, "Anna, love is not a test. It's okay to stop. It's okay to feel scared. We have the whole life ahead." His words broke me in the most beautiful way. I cried in his arms for a long time, not because I was sad, but because I had never felt so safe in a man's touch. That night, we didn't just make love. We made understanding. He undressed me slowly, not to see my body, but to see me. My scars, my stretch marks, my soft skin, all became part of our story. He kissed every inch like it was holy. I felt exposed, but not embarrassed, because his eyes never judged. Our bodies touched, but our souls connected first. After it was over, we lay side by side. His chest was my pillow. Our fingers were still locked. There were no loud sounds, just the soft rhythm of two hearts learning to beat together. He kissed my hair and said, "Thank you for trusting me." No one had ever thanked me for something like that. That night, I didn't become a wife. I became a woman who knew what it meant to be loved. The first light of morning touched my face. I opened my eyes slowly, unsure where I was. Then I saw him, sleeping beside me. I yawned. His arms were still around me. His breathing was slow and calm. And suddenly I remembered everything. The way he held me, the way he kissed me, the way he stopped when I cried and waited for me to say yes. My first night wasn't just romance. It was respect. It was gentle fire. I didn't wake him. I just lay there watching his face. His lips had kissed me softly last night. His hands had touched me like I was made of glass. And now, he looked like a boy sleeping peacefully after giving everything. For the first time in my life, I felt beautiful, even without makeup, even with messy hair and tired eyes, because I was loved, not for how I looked, but for who I was. He opened his eyes slowly and smiled. "Good morning, Mrs. Ion," he said in a sleepy voice. I blushed. He brushed my hair back gently. "How are you feeling?" he asked. I couldn't speak. My heart was full, so I just nodded and whispered, "Safe. I feel safe with you." His eyes softened again, just like they did last night. He kissed my forehead and said, "That's all I ever wanted." We got up slowly. He helped me with my hair. He even made tea while I sat on the bed, wrapped in a shawl. We laughed like friends. No tension, no pressure, only warmth. He brought tea and fed me a biscuit. "You didn't eat anything last night," he said. "A wife must eat well. I want you strong." That simple sentence felt hotter than any kiss. He didn't just want my body, he wanted my well-being. After breakfast, he came closer again. There was no fear this time, only longing. My body remembered the way he touched me. My heart trusted him even more now. This time, I kissed him first. He smiled and pulled me into his lap. Our second time was softer, slower, but deeper. Not just physical. It felt spiritual. There were no words, only breath, warmth, closeness. No rush, no pressure, just love. I used to think the first night was only about sex, but now I know it's about connection. It's about how your husband treats you after the kiss, not just during it. Last night, he didn't take anything from me. He gave me something I never had before: the power to say yes, the comfort to say no, and the safety to feel everything. Later that afternoon, we sat outside. He held my hand and said, "I don't want a perfect wife. I want a partner. I want you to chase your dreams, laugh loudly, cry freely, and grow with me." My heart skipped. Was this real? Was I really lucky enough to marry a man who wanted my soul, not just my skin? I smiled and said, "Then promise me you'll always talk like this, even when I'm old and wrinkled." He held my chin and whispered, "I'll love your wrinkles even more, because they'll carry our memories." That night, before sleeping again, I stood in front of the mirror. No makeup, no jewelry, just me, raw and real. I looked into my own eyes and smiled. I wasn't just Anna anymore. I was Ayan's wife, a woman who was touched not only on her body, but deep in her emotions. If this story touched your heart, if you felt the emotion, or if you're someone waiting for your own real love, please subscribe to our channel, Pro English Stories. We bring you real feelings in simple English for love, learning, and life.